welcome back to a new episode of Triangle Strategy. Last time we left off, we barely eked by in a fight, mostly thanks to Huette and Anna. And yeah, it looks like the difficulty in this game is going to be pretty hard. But let's go to the encampment and check out what we can do over here. The only thing I could see that I could have maybe done better there is I couldn't have let Frederica die at the beginning, and I could have bought some stuff from you. Lord, how can I help you? So yeah, trade post. Increase max quietus points. Yeah, I mean that one's good, but I want an ability first. So yeah, and we went over these. These are things I can use like once in a battle, right? Move an ally's turn to directly after your own. I feel like I want this one. Tandem? I feel like I want that one. Let's get Tandem. Yeah. And Restore. Critical Blow is good, but I would rather have those two. They're just so much more powerful. A booklet reporting on incidents that occur around the realm. It denounces the Rosellan Consortium. Let's see why it denounces them. Why don't we? Until next time. Alright, so, system... No, not system. War Chronicle. My bad. So there we go. Condemn the corrupt consortium. We will expose the corruption within the Rosellan Consortium. The consortium was originally created to ensure the fair trade of salt among the three nations. However, 30 years have passed, and now the founding principles have been lost, and salt inequity ravages our realm once more. As you readers know, Hyzant imposes a high tax on all the salt it exports. This tax was lowered immediately after the war ended, but is now even higher than before the war began. Though the Holy State claims a salt shortage to be behind this, no one can ascertain the condition of the source, and most speculate it is merely Hyzant setting the price. Consortium should be responsible for righting these wrongs, but they are at the Holy State's beck and call. To make matters worse, they impose even higher taxes on salt bound for Esfrost to line their own pockets. As a result, salt is now a luxury in the Grand Duchy, its people are impoverished, and the nation's development has all but come to a halt. The situation is all too similar to that of the eve of the Salt Iron War, and if left unchecked, could result in yet another horrible tragedy. To prevent that and see that the Consortium's original purpose is restored, we must first bring their wrongdoings to light. To that end, I'm currently investigating the Consortium with the aforementioned convictions in mind. My wise readers, it is time for us to raise our voices together for the future of all Rosellan! Yeah, the Consortium does seem a little bit corrupt. It's kind of messed up if the country that you're supposed to be keeping in check is the one that's effectively running you. I mean, they need people, like, in Hyzant. You know, like, when they made it, they should have been like, okay, there's gonna be people stationed in Hyzant to check out the source. But I suppose they could just pay those people off. You never know. Hey, Rudolph. Tavern in the encampment, huh? Suppose I should have expected as much from one of the high houses. Still not comfortable here, but it beats being stuck in Esfrost. Thanks again for picking up a cur like me. We smugglers repay our debts with hard work. You'll not see me shying away from our next fight. Thank you, Rudolph. Alright, so I probably want to upgrade some people, but first we gotta see what there is to do exactly. Poor Serenoa. Serenoa keeps getting it at the beginning of every fight. Really hard. It even increased your max HP and you're still getting it really hard. Unfortunately, the rest of your upgrades require, like, a lot of iron. So I definitely need to upgrade the characters that I'm not using. Increases strength, physical defense, magic, max HP. Like I said, I think max HP is a big thing that I'm going to want on basically everyone. Yeah, maybe you're next, Gila. Maybe you're next. Increases speed. Is there an increased movement? Movement would be great. Weapon proficiency. Yeah, luck, physical defense. Increased weapon potency. Physical defense, strength, max HP. And you have potency, strength, accuracy, HP, and luck. Rudolph's really tanky, actually. Rudolph has a... Well, never mind. I guess everybody has around 90-something HP now. Yeah, never mind then. But you are only level 3, so I'm probably going to try to use you in the next fight. I think Gila's who I want to upgrade, so let's buy 2 stone. And then upgrade you. Assuming I can afford it. I don't think I can afford it. I don't think I can afford it. I can only afford 1 stone. Yep, so... yeah, and I'm not selling any of this other garbage that I have. Okay, we're just gonna, with the rest of our money, buy some pellets, I think, because we need to refuel on those. Alright, and we have another mock battle. Please. Please. No. Damn it. Alright, well. Let's leave the encampment, I suppose. Hopefully, I can find a lot of new healing items in our next, exploration phase. Let's go hit Ironstone up. At Ironstone, a certain report reaches the ears of the Archduke. Alright, Archduke. We haven't seen the profile for you yet, so I'm interested in seeing that. That is a really cool feature. I like it quite a bit.
Thalus, how does Dragan fare?
I see. These 2 dorks. Oh yeah, you look super evil. God, you look really evil. Archduke of Esfrost, and a firm believer in freedom. He is a broad-minded and level-headed ruler who has brought his nation to new heights by promoting those with skill rather than social status. Yeah.
As blustery and boastful as ever, brother.
Oh god, yeah, look at this little shit. Even your art makes you look like a little shit. Archduke Gustadolf's younger brother. He was appointed Prime Minister at a young age and is the 2nd most powerful man in Esfrost.
He is simply beside himself that his contributions to the mine have been recognized.
So he has achieved a measure of success. Perhaps I underestimated him.
What concern is he of ours? He is Svarog's son and of thinner blood.
Oh, who gives a shit? This place claims to be all about everyone is equal as long as they can do a really good job, but you're still sitting here talking about blood.
We are not Glenbrook or Hyzant, Thalus. In Esfrost, a man is judged for his deeds, not his pedigree.
Yeah, get wrecked, Thalus, you idiot. Go over there if you want your blood to matter.
And yet you have appointed me Prime Minister, have you not?
Fair point.
I have given you an opportunity, brother. Do not be mistaken. If you wish to keep your position, prove to me you are deserving of it.
Understood, brother mine.
Dear brother, do with Thalus as you please, but I bid you be wary of Dragan and Svarog.
What position do you have, Erica, if any? Yeah, you also look evil. Archduke Gustadolf's younger sister. Unlike her older brother, she judges others based on their lineage and greatly dislikes those not from her family's main line. Yeah, you two are shits, we get it.
I've reason to believe they've designs on higher seats.
If they mean to overthrow me, then let them try. I shall relish the opportunity to crush them.
How very evil of you. Alright, I feel like if anybody says the sentence, I shall relish the opportunity to crush them, they're probably evil. I really am invested in the story of this so far. This is like, I don't know, it really does harken back to like Final Fantasy Tactics Ogre for me, which a lot of other games recently haven't really done. So, it's so nice to see. It's so nice to see. Her duty fulfilled, Serenoa and House Wolford bid farewell to the Grand Duchy of Esfrost. I've wanted another game like this for a very, very long time.
I bid you safe passage home, Lord Wolford.
Yeah, you went down like a sack of potatoes in that fight, Sikrus.
Many thanks for the send-off. Pray relay my gratitude to the Archduke as well.
I shall. And do take care of our friend Rudolph here, who I trust will not be causing you any trouble.
Treating me like a naughty child right to the end. Anyhow, you take care of yourself, Sikrus.
And with that, I must be off. Till we meet again.
We should be on our way as well.
No one's left anything behind.
Not I. I even purchased a souvenir or two to bring home.
Oh, I know you're all lying. As soon as we leave S-Frost, one of you's gonna say you left your phone charger. I know it.
That's all well and good. But once we reach home, it'll be wedding preparations for you.
Indeed. The ceremony fast approaches. Truth be told, I'm more than a little nervous.
Hey, we've been in war together now. That strengthens bonds like nothing else does, I guess.
Oh dear, is that so? And how are you feeling, Lord Serenoa?
Sorry, it's early in the morning, so if my brain fails at getting a coherent thought out, I'm sorry.
Bit nervous too, of course. But that is easily outweighed by my excitement.
As well it should be. It shall be a celebration for the ages. Isn't that right, Benedict?
Yeah, everybody should gift me stone and fiber. That should be all of my wedding presents. Hint, hint. Stone and fiber. I don't want any other useless trinkets. I want stone and fiber, damn it.
Yes, of course.
What troubles you, Benedict? You sound distracted.
Nothing about the ceremony, I assure you. This journey has simply proven a sobering reminder that salt remains a complex issue in our realm.
And yet despite it, we make strides toward peace. The mining accord is proof enough of that.
If it actually works.
Roland is right. We can only do what we can to ease tensions and resolve matters peacefully.
A duty which requires constant vigilance.
I'm now thinking, did I look at Roland's profile? Can't remember if I ever did or not. Pretty sure I looked at everyone else's, but I don't remember if Roland ever spoke up enough for me to, look. Yeah, sure, I can save my game. There you are. Man, that hard difficulty wasn't lying. But, like I said, once we get some weapon upgrades and stuff under our belt, I think it'll be a lot easier. And more mock battles.
His diplomatic visit as Lord of the House complete, Serenoa returns to the Wolfort domain.
If I ever find that I have too much difficulty with a battle, I could always redo one of the mock battles, I guess, to level up a little bit and then do it again. So it's not going to be the biggest deal in the world. It's not like I'm ever going to get stuck or something.
Safely within Glenbrook, Roland and Huette retire to Whiteholm in the Crown City.
Thank you for your service, Huette.
Alas, there is no time for rest in House Wolfort, as Serenoa soon finds himself swept up in preparations for his wedding to Frederica.
Frederica is the mine.
Dragan, meanwhile, presides over the blasting of a new tunnel at the Grand Rosellan mines.
Chapter 4, A New Dawn. What is that the subtitle for? Something, A New Dawn. It's a subtitle for some game or anime or something. I can't think of it right now. Are you gonna, like, unleash a demon that's been resting here or something?
That should be the end of that bothersome bedrock. Investigate it at once.
Okay, there we go. After his father Svarog was all but relegated to life on the Esfrosti Outlands, he dedicated himself to his studies at the archives in hopes of restoring his family's honor. He is a young genius who discovered how to make explosives. So that's why you're important for this. You're the only one that knows how to make explosives. Interesting. Cuckoo.
What in the name of iron?
Uh-oh, yeah, you done blown open a hole to some eldritch old god shit, haven't you?
What is it? Do we require more explosives?
I can't tell what it is. I can't describe it. I don't know.
No, Lord Dragan. You best come see for yourself.
Oh no, here we go. The color of madness.
What the? It couldn't be.
Or is it salt? Ooh, if they found rock salt, ooh, that would really screw things up for Hyzant.
That settles the wedding program, then. We still must decide upon the wedding dress, however.
Wow, this went way faster than planning for my wedding did. Guess when you have like an entire house working on it, you know, it's a little bit faster.
Not we, Benedict. Surely the lady herself must decide. What do you desire, Frederica?
Well...
Hadn't you mentioned wanting to dress in the Rosellan custom for the ceremony?
Then you'd best ask the Rosell about that. There's a Rosellan village here in the domain. I'm sure they'd make you a dress if you asked.
But what of the other nations in attendance? Surely Hyzant would not look kindly upon it.
Screw him.
Lord Simone, is it true that you assisted the Rosell who fled Hyzant during the war, and that you then granted them asylum here?
Oh boy. So yeah, the Rosell actually had to flee. Were they being scapegoated? Oh boy. Yeah, I mean the Rosell, it definitely seems like we're leaning hard into the racism part, at least for Hyzant in particular. So yeah, they had to come seek asylum in other nations during the war because Hyzant was being probably really, really bad to them. I'm not excited about learning more about that.
Aye, that is how the Rosell came to live within our domain.
It was a source of great tension, but in the end, Lord Simone's perseverance prevailed, and a group of Rosell found new homes here. To this day, the Holy State demands they be returned to Hyzant, citing their goddess's teachings as justification.
Boy, you can really draw a lot of parallels between this and other things that have happened before in history. God, well, a few things actually. This is a common thing.
The roots of the conflict run deep. Nevertheless, it is our duty to protect those who we have sworn to take under our wing. Should you choose to dress in the Rosellan custom, we shall stand behind you every step of the way.
Is that so? Then... I see not how I could refuse such a kindness.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna make you ignore your culture.
I shall accompany you to the village. To tell the truth, I have never been there myself. It would be a good opportunity to get to know them, to strengthen our bonds.
As is your duty, my son.
Rosellan custom it is, then. Let us depart at once to make the request.
Aye, all of us. Ooh, I can't wait to see what they come up with.
Look at our wholesome group. I love them. They're fantastic. Alright, another save in progress. I really need some more mock battles, game. I really require that, if you would be so kind. Alright, is this it? Does appear to be it. It does indeed. Alright, so zoom in. I wonder if this is actually our full map, or if it's going to enlarge at any point. Because there's not that many locations actually on the map, you know? Like, there's a handful, but not that many. But maybe we'll just be retreading the same ground a lot. Serenoa visits the Rosellan village in his domain for the first time and hopes that they can make his betrothed a wedding dress. Well, let's see if they can. I'm thinking they probably found rock salt in the mines. That would be nuts. If so.
Greetings and welcome, Lord Serenoa and Lady Frederica. My name is Jerome. I bid you welcome on behalf of the Rosell.
Oops, let's get that profile. Head of the Rosellan village in the Wolfort domain. He is deeply respected by his people. Cool.
And congratulations on your engagement, as well as assuming lordship of your house.
You have my gratitude. We hope you will continue to lend your support to House Wolfort.
You have my word. I owe your Lord Father a great debt. Though, even were that not the case, you are engaged to one of our own in Lady Frederica. Few things could bring us more joy. We shall make the finest dress you have ever seen.
On that subject, I have one humble request. I would like to incorporate this pendant into the design.
The pendant you're never without.
'Tis one of a kind, left to me by my late mother. She was one of the Rosellan refugees who fled Hyzant during the war and found her way to Esfrost.
Okay, so Esfrost took the refugees as well. I suppose that makes sense given that you are from Esfrost. But that hadn't been confirmed yet, I don't think.
In a twist of fate, she fell in love with the former Archduke, and thus was I born. In secret, of course.
But Rosellans are still very much looked down upon in Esfrost in some circles, it seems. There's probably still some people that are weirdo racists just about everywhere. I don't think Glenbrook is probably completely free of the problem just because there are actually Rosellans living here. So, yeah, but they may have a better situation going on than the other places, specifically because of how more welcoming they were. Seems like Esfrost kind of just took them in just because, you know, it's whatever, but I don't know if Esfrost is trying to make as good a relationship with them as Glenbrook has been.
After I was born, she was sent back to Hyzant, where she met her end.
Oof.
I see why it never leaves you. Pray fashion the dress in this pendant's image.
God, the game is really not endearing Hyzant to me. They're assholes about the high salt tax. They're like crazy religious and do whatever their goddess or the mouthpiece of the goddess says. And they're like crazy racists. Oof. Oof.
It shall be done, my lord. Let us delay no further. Lady Frederica, please step inside that we may take your measurements.
Thank you kindly.
The measurements may take some time, Lord Serenoa. Perhaps you'd care to take a stroll and see the village while you wait.
Yes, please, exploration phase. I need to steal some stuff.
I'd very much like that. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm gonna move my mic a little bit closer. Realized I was a little bit far away. There we go. Perhaps I'd have a look around the village and get to know his people while they're taking her measurements. You damn right we will. Your hair certainly does make you stand out, my lord. We don't get many visitors to our fair village. Yeah, all of you have this like pink hair. I didn't know if it was like something that only Rosellans could have, or if it was something like every Rosellan has. Okay, well that's how I get onto the roof. Uh-huh. Can we can't jump, but we can do that. Is there a reason to be up here? I don't see any shinies. I'm trying to keep an eye out for them, but I don't see any. Yeah, and that's just another ladder that leads down. I can get back over here other ways, so I just came up here because I thought there would maybe be some stuff hiding. Doesn't seem like that's the case, though. Alright, so I spoke to you. That's about it so far. Alright, let's work on this in layers, external boundaries. Lord Simone offers us his protection without a word about our origins or our troubled history. His generosity is boundless, and I fear we shall never repay it. Instead, I simply pray that our village remains protected. I bear a great responsibility to these people. It falls to me to keep their land free from harm, no matter what the cost. Learned about Serenoa's duty. Yeah. Hello. Roselle share a portion of the forest's bounty with House Wolford each year, as thanks for their safekeeping. Their quality pelts and fresh fruit make for a significant portion of House Wolford's capital. Interesting. So yeah, they're part of our main exports. I'm eternally grateful to House Wolford. We would not be alive today if not for your protection. As a steward of this village, I pray we can work together to ensure a lasting peace. I regret to say this is my first time visiting the Rosellan village. I'm happy to see that they flourished under Lord Simon's protection these last 30 years. Couldn't believe my eyes when the Rosella arrived in the domain during the Salt Iron War. I've never seen anyone so downtrodden. It moves me to my core to see him thriving in peace times after all they went through. Now we just gotta keep him safe. Damn right, Eridor. Damn right we do. Marvels of Norzelia Volume 10. And 300, yes. Sorry I'm robbing you. I apologize, but I need it to not die. This game is hard. Lord Simon has long been loved and admired not only by his own people, but by the Roselle. Now that Serenoa has succeeded his father as Lord of the House, the responsibility of protecting all people of Wolford falls on his shoulders. Okay, notes. Situated at the edge of the Byzantine desert, the Citadel of the Sands is the Holy State's first line of defense. It has been the site of countless battles throughout history, including the vicious border skirmishes of the Salt Iron War. Due to its importance, one of the Saintly Seven has always overseen its command. After the Salt Iron War, Minister Sorsley Ind assumed the position and began the work of developing the Citadel into a trading post, so Sorsley's the one that runs this crazy important first line of defense fortress. Think that a place that has witnessed so much bloodshed could transform into a peaceful hub of commerce. Life truly is full of surprises. Perhaps that is why, though Hyzant rarely gets visitors from other lands, here I often catch glimpses of people whose providence I cannot discern. Or perhaps it is only my imagination. Yeah, I mean, if they have a big hub of commerce, it would make sense that people from all over the world would at least go there to trade, even if not a lot of people move to Hyzant. Alright, I don't think there's anything else in here. I think I got everything. That money will be useful because I should now be able to buy the other upgrade materials I needed for Gila. Oh, wait. Yeah. Sorry, I've already talked to you. Though we may be under House Wolfort's protection, we dare not leave the village. The goddess's faithful will haul us straight back to the source if they catch a sight of us. Oh my god. This is rough. Whew. Hello. It'll just be a bit longer taking Lady Frederica's measurements. Please have a look around the village in the meanwhile. So I got some HP recovery pellets there, which are definitely useful. I'll talk to you, I guess. We came to this land in the midst of the Salt Iron War, desperate to escape Hyzant's extraordinary cruelty. Your father then granted us asylum in our hour of need, shielding us from further harm. Interesting to me that you have a pink beard. I would have done the same. We have a duty to help those in need. I pray the day soon comes when you no longer require protection and are free to live your lives unfettered. And I intend to honor that. Let us work together and make this land a prosperous one for your people. I would have done the same. Tend to honor that. I pray the day soon comes when you no longer require protection and are free to live your lives unfettered. Yeah, I pray for this day. As do I. I hear whispers that Hyzant demands our return. Well, screw them. Tell you now, the teachings of their beloved goddess hide untold amounts of cruelty. We will not survive if we go back there. I pray for the future you speak of, but I know better than to blithely assume it will arrive of its own accord. Yeah, no, I know it's not going to arrive of its own accord. Somebody's going to have to get their ass beat in Hyzant, whether it be the goddess or what. I'll attack and dethrone God if it ends racism. Let's go. Father granted the Roselle asylum on our lands. Though they once hailed from Hyzant, they are now as much a part of the Wolfort domain as anyone else. Oof. Yeah, Hyzant's really not endearing myself. I'm sure we're gonna find some messed up stuff about Esfrost too, but boy, Hyzant is making a horrid first impression. Did I see a shiny over there? I thought maybe I saw a shiny over here. On that building. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, let's go talk to you. Over here. Oops. No, that's not where I want to go. Your character kind of locks into certain paths sometimes. Pray today's hunt goes well. I'd love to fetch a fine pelt for House Wolfort. Mm-hmm. Let us go. And let's see, we got down there. Yeah, it seems like the Rosellans in general take inspiration from a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of people that have been treated cruelly, treated unfairly, subjugated, I guess. You know, have had like crazy amounts of racism targeted at them. Because some of the designs seem more like Native American inspired, and obviously the whole religious angle definitely harkens to Jewish people in regards to Germany, and honestly a lot of other things too. There's still a lot of bad religious hatred around Jewish people, so... Hello. Must be strong and vigilant if we are to maintain the peace we have enjoyed on these lands. Oh boy. Alright, up here. We've made our home here in the valley in the hopes we'd not be discovered. Use the lay of the land to our advantage, like. Yeah? HP recovery pellet. And... over here. We'll just be a bit longer. Oh yeah, I've already talked to you. I talked to you. There's nothing in this pot. Are there any more houses I can go into? That's something I feel I need to keep an eye out for. It's no fun staying in the village all the time. I want to go play somewhere else. Mother gets mad at me if I go too far. You'll be able to venture afield when you're older, and when that day comes, I'll show you around the domain myself. But there's plenty of fun to be had here. I'm sure your mother would be pleased if you took up hunting or fishing. It's because you're precious to her. You'd do well to heed her words. You'll be able to venture further afield when you're older, and when that day comes, I'll show you around the domain myself. There's plenty of fun to be had. Let's say this one. It seems nice. I hope this doesn't mean I'm conscripting you into the army, though. Wow, really? I want to see all the big ships in the harbor. You have my word. We'll look at all the ships you like, just do as your mother says for now. I will. Ooh, I can't wait to grow up. There you go. Alright, so let's do another quick once-over. It is easy to miss the stuff sometimes, I feel. I'm mostly just looking for more doors. It seemed like there would have been more of a reason to actually be able to go up here like this. But there's not really that much up here. I can't help but notice. I also feel like sometimes I just don't see the sparkle when I run into something, so do I actually need to just rub my face on everything? I don't know. I expected there to be something in that pot, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, kitty. I didn't talk to you. Sorry, kitty. So I've been into that house. Is that the only door? I think it may be, besides the one that's currently being guarded. Possibly, yeah. Okay, I think we're done. I think so. So let's conclude the exploration, I suppose. Yep. Surely they'll have finished taking her measurements by now. Alrighty. Let's go see what it, or I was gonna say what it looks like, but they haven't actually made the dress yet. Meanwhile, Crown City.
Do you understand just how dangerous it is for a young prince to go gallivanting off on a whim?
Punish me if you will. But if I hadn't gone gallivanting, I never would have learned the state of things outside our own kingdom.
Oh? Well, if you are so interested in international affairs, then I have a fitting role for you to play. You will oversee the Grand Rosellan mines.
Ooh.
Father, it would be a privilege.
I fear that punishment would provoke no reflection, and so I would rather put your energies to work for the kingdom.
I shan't let you down, Father.
I am not blind to your feelings, my son. I understand that my methods vex you. Nevertheless, I ask that you stay out of harm's way, and give me no reason to worry.
Of course.
Mining is grueling, thankless work. Show the miners the appreciation they deserve.
I shall. You have my word.
The necessary provisions have been arranged, Your Highness. You are to deliver them to Dragan.
Father, may I bring Lord Wolfort? It is his job to oversee the operation after all. And his closeness with Dragan may engender goodwill.
I know you trust him a great deal, Roland. But I would remind you that his betrothal now binds him to Frost.
Ooh, Ooh, okay, yeah.
You would do well to be wary of any move he or his house might make.
So you share Franny's views on the matter. Nevertheless, Serenoa is a friend I could never hope to replace. A friend I trust no matter your opinion of him.
Concerning words, Your Highness, House Wolfort must be subject to the same scrutiny as any other.
Oh, shut up, Patriot.
Roland.
I mean, I get why they're suspicious, but, still.
Bring these tidings to Gustadolf at once.
We gonna find out what it is?
Is that everyone? Good. I have important news for all of you. What you see before you is to be seized by the Duchy of Esfrost. You shall not speak of this beyond those in present company. Any who do will be punished to the fullest extent of the law.
It has to be salt. It must be salt. They must have found a giant amount of rock salt in the mine, and they're just going to seize it under everyone's noses so they can deal with the incredible salt issue that they're having in the duchy. But if you all of a sudden just have a ton of salt and basically refuse to buy it from Hyzant, what's that going to make Hyzant think? They're going to be like, wait, something's up here.
But, Lord Dragan, are not the resources we mine destined to be shared among nations?
And yeah, this is also... I mean, I get it, though. I get it why they don't... I get why they don't want to share it. They definitely don't want to share it with Hyzant. I can understand why they're being selfish. Yeah. I mean, they're having a really, really rough issue with their nation right now because of the lack of salt. Which, a lot of it is their fault, a lot of it is Hyzant's fault, so...
This matter is not up for debate. A discovery of this magnitude could reshape all of Norzelia. And so I ask this of you. Stand with me, as I lead this great realm into a new era.
You risk much giving us these orders. I shall do exactly as you say.
I thank you. I have already sent the Archduke a letter informing him of our find. When I am appointed Prime Minister, I promise to reward you all handsomely for delivering me such a boon.
Yeah, I mean, if anything was going to get you a promotion, it would probably be this. It's not like Thalos is actually doing anything.
You are to be Prime Minister.
Or Ambassador to Glenbrook, perhaps. Time will tell. Either way, with this I shall make my mark. And do what neither Father nor Gustadolf ever could.
Alright, Dragan, you might be a bit too hungry for power to the point where it's getting dangerous, and I could see you becoming an antagonist.
What news from Dragan, dear brother?
I never dreamt our hypothesis would prove true.
So you take him at his word?
I have no choice. The spy I sent to shadow him corroborates his report.
Wow, you sent a spy. Yeah, trust no one. Yeah.
And? What are his demands?
He wishes to be named Prime Minister in exchange for secreting it away to Esfrost.
Ooh! He's making demands of the Archduke, because they can't do anything to stop him. So if he just blabbed it to everyone, Esfrost would be screwed, but he's like, but I'll keep it a secret if... Although, couldn't you just get the spy to stab him in the back?
Negotiations with Glenbrook are in the offing, should I refuse.
So he means to threaten you?
He is stronger than I believed him to be. Certainly what he has uncovered is worth the price he asks. What would you do, were you me?
Keep the secret safe, naturally. Did you not send a spy for this very reason? Surely expected this would happen.
I did, and they have been issued emergency orders.
Then leave the rest to me. I shall depart at once.
Yep. You're gonna try and kill Dragan, aren't you? That's why we're going there, to protect him.
How fortunate I am to have a brother who knows me so well. Ah, Dragan, you will rue the day you dared place Glenbrook beside me on the scales of your feeble judgment.
Eesh. Okay, so yeah, we're getting into assassination. I was wondering, I was like, okay, what's gonna happen at the mines that we're going there? And then we discovered the salt, and I was like, okay. And then this happens, and I'm like, okay, Dragan's about to be assassinated. That's what it is. God, I love this. I love this political intrigue that we're getting. This game is so cool.
I hand down the orders. Yield or be crushed beneath my heel.
I love it. It is drawing me in so much. I find it harder now that I've gotten older. I don't know if I have some difficulty focusing or something, but... Okay, I was waiting for dialogue. I don't know if I have some difficulties focusing or something like that, but some things are hard for me to keep my focus on unless I'm like really into them. But this, I am just consuming all of this information, and it's actually staying in my headspace pretty well because I am just so interested in it. They're doing a really, really good job kind of creating this world because it's not a difficult one to understand. It's a very simple premise, which is kind of how Final Fantasy Tactics was, but they just did so much with such a simple premise, and I feel like that's what this is doing as well. They took a simple premise, they didn't try to make it crazy complex or anything, and they're just doing cool stuff with it, which I really appreciate, so... Good on you, Triangle Strategy. Your battles may be absolutely kicking my teeth in, but boy, your story is pretty fun so far, so... Well, except for the horrid shit that they're covering, but I'm kind of happy that they're not shying away from the difficult to cover topics. So... Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Triangle Strategy, and I'll see you next time.